spend some time thinking about what you can do to get yourself in front of employers that's outside the norm. I'll give you a few more examples. You can start a blog, and I've known some clients who have started unemployment blogs, and they have shared their experiences and the experiences of the people that they've talked with in job clubs, that have gone through periods of unemployment and how they deal with that and how they deal with looking for a position. But at the same time, if you're blogging, you need to also promote yourself, because it is a promotion piece, and you're going to get the attention of job seekers. You can put that blog URL, web address, on your resume, and they can go to that to find out more information. You can also create your own website. I know some people that have done that. It can be as simple as, for instance, I have each of my clients create their own website for their resume. It's a virtual resume called visualcv.com. Visual and then C like Charlie and V like Victor.com. And from that, you can actually put together a one-page, very nice-looking, very slick-looking online resume. And then that will also allow you to add more information than what you might have in, say, a one-page functional resume that you have out there in hard copy. Speaking of resumes, you can completely redo your resume and make it look different than everyone else's. I think that that's one of the keys to my client success, is that their resume looks completely different than anything else out there, and so it really gets people's attention. Now, here's something that's relatively new that you might consider, too, is adding a QR code to your business card. And I don't know if you guys are familiar. Louis, are you familiar with the QR codes that have come out now?
Actually, I'm not, Tammy. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about that?
QR code is like a how a scanning, what do you call those?
Like those little square boxes,
barcode.
Those things?
Yeah. So QR codes are those little boxes that look like digital, just digital little boxes, a little thing. But smartphones, you take a QR code scanner or a code scanner. They even call them barcode scanners on apps. So you take an app and you can click on that, and it takes you somewhere. So a lot of companies now are putting these QR codes in magazine print. I've even seen them on billboards, believe it or not, where you can take your smartphone and hold it up with that scanner, scan it, and it'll take you to a video that they've posted, maybe on YouTube, or it might take you to their web page or a particular page that they've set up specifically for that QR code. So there are free QR code generators if you have an iPhone, it would be in the App Store or iTunes. If you have an Android, it's going to be in the Android market. Then you simply put in QR code generator, and there's a free one. And what you do is take the URL that you want them to go to, which would be your online resume or your website or your blog, and you make a QR code from that, and you print that. You put it on your business cards. You can put it on you could put it on an introductory letter or a cover letter that you put together. So, the QR code's really cool because it's brand new. Most people are starting to realize what those are, and especially if you're going to be a marketer or if you're in social media, QR code is a really neat idea to add to your business card because it immediately takes someone with a smartphone to an online version of your resume so they can see your whole resume just from your business card. It's a really, really cool idea.
Wow, that is
okay.
Really slick there. So, Tammy, I know that we're about 15 minutes to the hour here, and we're about to approach number 5. But, it would be a great time perhaps to mention to our callers and our listeners, especially those online, that if they have any questions, this would be a great time to start, uploading them so that, we can be prepared for some answers for them.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. So we're going to be talking about number 5, but if you do have a question and you're calling in, feel free to press star 2 to get your hand up, and I'll call on you. And, also, if you're online, and I know in looking right now, there are a ton more people online than there are on the call. So if you're online and you'd actually like some some free coaching, walking through anything that you aren't completely comfortable with when it comes to job seeking, or if you've got a burning question that you just would like some expert advice on, I invite you to call up the teleseminar number and then raise your hand, and I would be happy to answer those questions or coach you through any kind of situation that you have. So I'd be happy to open it up for that too. So if you're online and you do have a question, then type it in, and that could be a question regarding what we've talked about, or it could be anything having to do with job searching. Or if you're online or on the phone, you can press *2. So let's talk about the last one, which is being collaborative. And that is, I see, adjusting your approach based on what you see other job seekers are doing. So interview successful job seekers. Find out what has worked for them. If you're not familiar with job clubs, I know in Kansas City, job clubs are really, there's a lot of them. They're really strong here in Kansas City. I know there's a lot of people outside of Kansas City that are listening to this call. So you might Google your city's name and follow it by area job club. So, like for instance, to get the PDF that the Johnson County Community College puts out for the Kansas City area job clubs, simply put in Kansas City area job clubs, Google, and it will give you a PDF that has a 4-page list of all of the different job clubs in the area. And then for anybody outside of Kansas City, Google your local area. So work with other job seekers and have a buddy. I mean, have an accountability buddy. And sometimes it's not the best idea for your accountability buddy to be your spouse. I've heard that a lot, that when my clients have to, in working with me, I'm their accountability buddy basically because I kick the butt every week. But if you aren't working with a professional, then I would suggest someone else be your accountability buddy because your spouse really loves you and sometimes will take it easy on you because they don't want to hurt your feelings. I mean, there's a lot of emotional dynamics there. So find someone else, possibly someone who's also looking for a job, to be your accountability buddy. Ask for help. And that might be with job club leaders. It might be with even local politicians. I mean, ask for help, and it might be in hiring a professional. And if you're interested in talking with me, I would certainly love to talk with you. Now that I've got 2 clients that have just found jobs, I've got 2 openings. So feel free to contact me. And with that, you can call me you can call my office at 816-600-2478. Or you can reply to one of the emails that I send out with the information on this webinar, or you can send a message to Tammy, Tammy, at beyondjobsearching.com. So work with other people to develop a system that works for you. Be collaborative in that. And that's basically it. I mean, those are the 5, and those are the suggestions that I have for each of those 5 traits for this week. And then next week we're going to be talking about 5 additional traits, and you'll see on the worksheet that I've got some of those traits listed there. So use that worksheet. If you are below a 7 out of 10 on any of those, I do recommend maybe re-listening to this, and I'll send out a link to replay this webinar later, and you can listen to it, take some notes, and implement these. I mean, like I said before, it's those people that actually take action and implement what I'm telling them to do that are most successful. And
right. Well, hey, Tammy, I just want to let you know I am back. For some reason, my phone dropped a call, so I hope that no one else was impacted by that, but I did lose the call. But I'm back.
It looks like everybody else is there.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't lose many calls there. So, no, I think everybody else is there. Oh, dear. Okay. Well, if you did miss any of it, then, feel free to listen to the replay, because I'll be sending that out later this afternoon.
Okay.
Well, as far as questions go, I'm not having any right now. I'm not seeing any. So I'll give one last offer here. If you are on the phone, you have a question, feel free to press *2 to raise your hand. And then also, if you are online and you have any questions, then simply type those in the lower left-hand corner of the screen. And Louis, do you have any questions at all?
Tammy, I'm still trying to get back. Like I said, I don't know if we had a power outage, but the computers went down as well, so that could have been the problem.
Yeah. Oh dear. Okay. Well, I am not seeing anybody sending messages, so I think we can wrap it up a little bit earlier this time.
Okay.
So if you find that you do have, if you're listening to this later, and I know a lot of people do listen to these webinars after the fact, if you're listening to this later and you do have a question, feel free to email me, and I would be happy to email the answer back to you. All right. I think that's it. Well, Louis, thank you very much. I really appreciate you hosting this for me and making it a two-way conversation and not having me just lecture for a full 50 minutes.
Well, and thank you. And I can tell you some good stuff today, and I'm sure that our callers, listeners, and those online have benefited from today's message. Good.
Okay. All right. I will see you all back here at noon Central Time next Thursday, and I'll send the webinar information by the beginning of next week. I will have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you, everyone, next Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Louis.